And bam. All right, we are live YouTube with the 27th edition of the JA Movie News. We're talking about the biggest, freshest, most trending in the world of movie and cinema news. And we're just going to dive in because we actually have a pretty loaded queue tonight. These will not be user questions, but this will just be a little bit different. But let's start with our first topic here. Let me get the screen share going here. 1 second. So, as some of you guys might remember, a few days ago, I kind of had a poll going, and I asked you guys, who do you think is going to die in Captain America Civil War? Now, you already know how I stand. I still contend I don't think that either Iron Man nor Captain America, I think that neither are going to die. That was my opinion, but let's see how you guys fared.
This is going to be interesting.
And here we go. Now, this might be a little bit tiny because I can't go full screen for some dumbass reason. But either way, as you can see here, there are 18 likes for Captain America Will Die in Civil War. There's 7 likes for Iron Man Will Die. But for neither will die in Civil War, there's 31 likes as of right now.
Wow.
And if you want to kind of throw up a like on this poll, I'll post a link in the description box or in the comment section down below. But yes, Sam, what is your thoughts on the poll here?
All right. Well, it looks like everybody's kind of unanimous on it. I don't think that anybody thinks that Iron Man's going to die. Like, if Iron Man died, like, I think that would be the shocker of the year. Like, I think that it would throw so many people off, including me. But everybody really legitimately unanimously thinks that Iron Man's going to live. The verdict is out or whether or not Captain America is going to, live. With 18, I think people are on the fence, but I think that everybody feels like Marvel's going to be safe and that Disney's going to stay safe, and they're not going to get rid of their prized possessions, which is Captain America and Iron Man. So, because I think for them on a logistics side, yeah, I will. I think on the logistics side, it's like the epitome of having Batman and Superman for their universe. So, if they did do it, though, I think that they would get so much acclaim if they ended up killing Captain America. I don't know. I think that everybody has the same thoughts that we're having.
Yeah. So you think that neither is going down?
No, I'm going to vote that they are. I'm going to just go off on a whim and say that they're going to do something to him. But I don't think it's going to stick. I think that they're going to take him out of commission this episode. What I think what they should probably do, just to leave it up in the air, is just kind of have him sitting there dying, and that's the end shot, like just him dying, bleeding to death.
Captain America?
Yeah, I think that's how they should end it, and like literally blood on the shield.
Me and a friend of mine, we got a bet going on this one. The bet for this one's pretty special too, but I still contend that neither are going to die. I think that's some bullshit. Actually. One of us, me and my buddy Josh, had the theory that maybe Captain America or Iron Man will actually sort of put up the cow, so to speak. Like they'll sort of quit, which I think would be a fascinating option that a lot of people would not like. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, a lot of people would not like it.
Because the Russo brothers are saying that, it's going to be like a controversial ending. And, that's like one example of how you could still achieve that without them both dying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's some of our quick thoughts. So I don't know if you had any final thoughts before we moved on to the next topic.
I'm just curious, like anybody that's in the chat or anybody that comments later, leave in the comment section, like how hype are you about, Civil War? Like, is this your most anticipated movie? Is it X-Men Apocalypse? Is it Rogue One? Or is it Batman vs. Superman? I'm really curious. Is this everybody's most hype movie? Because I kind of feel like it's number 2. I know it is for me, but I'm curious about everybody else.
Sure. Okay. All right. Well, let's move on to our next topic here, which is none other than Stephen King's upcoming adaptation of Dark Tower.
Wow.
It's been confirmed that Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey are officially up in this bitch. And for those of you who are sort of kind of unaware about the film, don't really know much about it, I can give you some details here. Let's see here. Where does it start? Okay. So the man in black fled across the desert and the gunslinger followed. So began the first entry in the Dark Tower novel series, The Gunslinger, but the journey for Stephen King's famous book series to the big screen has been just as long and as harrowing as some random bullshit. But oh shit, I thought I had a full plot synopsis. Fuck, I'll have to pull that up here. But one thing that's pretty cool here is this official little tweets right here from Stephen King and Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey, which I think is pretty fucking dope. For some reason, I thought the page I was looking at was going to continue with the plot, but just stopped at the man in black and Gunslinger followed. But that's really cool, though, saying that this is like sort of officially happening. Oh my god, is there like a shorter plot synopsis or no? I'm not reading all that. Is there not something more condensed?
Not really.
Okay, well, fuck. If you want to look into it, fucking hit up Google. But apologize. I'm not reading all that. But either way, I'm really excited by it. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah. To be fair, like if Matthew McConaughey actually looks like one of the main characters from Dark Tower, and I mean, for me, both of these men are Oscar-worthy actors. They're A-listers. And to have A-listers in something like this in a graphic novel that by a lot of people feel is underrated, I think that this is amazing news, especially for comic book fans, especially for the fact that Hollywood is taking things like this serious, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited for it. I think that they're both going to crush their roles in it. I'm curious to see what role Idris's character is going to play within this, because it's kind of like a King Arthur kind of situation. I'm just curious to see what actor plays what role. Either way, I'm hyped for it.
Yeah, and okay, I have found a sort of condensed version of the plot, which is Gunslinger Roland Deschain roams an old west-like landscape in search of the Dark Tower, in the hopes that reaching it will preserve his dying world. So, kind of a shorter synopsis, because that's too much right there, bro. But
snap! So, dude, Idris is Gunslinger Roland, and Matthew McConaughey is the Man in Black. Holy crap! That is a huge news.
Yeah, I got some buddies who are really been hoping this was going to happen for a long time. So I'm pretty excited. I mean, I'm not like too knowledgeable about the book, but I'm just a fan of Stephen King in general. So I'm curious that this is finally out of like development hell. So
all right,
I'm looking forward to it. But let's go ahead and move on to the next topic here.
What's that?
Get the screen share going. 1 second. Okay, so unless you just died a few days ago, as of Monday, the pre-sale tickets to Batman vs Superman are officially up for grabs.
Woo!
And I was looking at some early estimates that might rack up like, or maybe already has, or is getting close to racking up like 100 mil or something like that. At least that's what the estimates were in pre-sale tickets alone.
Wow.
I sure as fuck have not bought my tickets because I'm just sort of in the middle of fuck nowhere, Wisconsin. But so there's nothing available by me yet, nowhere close anyway. But that's pretty cool. I mean, it could make up to 200 mil opening weekend possibly. So it's kind of cool. One thing I wanted to touch upon though is that for some reason people have been here. Let me bring up something here. 1 second. Okay. So according to some website that no one cares about, the project, Zack Snyder's Justice League, is shooting under the title Caveman and is currently looking for available talent in and around London, England. But it appears that Mad Max Fury Road's director George Miller is attached to produce Justice League. Ooh. And this has kind of got people sort of freaking out, and out of nowhere there's this random theory going around. I can't remember where it originated from, but some people are under impression that George Miller may in fact direct the upcoming standalone Batman film. And I've already had a few debates about this, but what are your thoughts about George Miller possibly making a solo Batman film?
Well, two things I got to talk about first. One, I want to give a huge shout out. Zack Snyder, you're freaking amazing. Happy birthday, bro. I mean, he literally, for me, man, like he brought comic books to life in the best realistic way possible.
Today's his birthday?
Yeah, today is his birthday. He posted up a random 70mm shot of like footage of the film. It was just like just a still shot, but you could see literally Batman in the background just kind of waiting there about to kill somebody or hurt somebody.
Sure.
And I thought that was freaking awesome. I just want to say happy birthday to Zack Snyder. But second thing I want to talk about is that for me with the tickets, I bought all my tickets. I bought 3 mother flipping tickets for the 6 o'clock showing just for my friends. Mm-hmm. I bought the late night ticket for IMAX to see that at 10:30, and then I got tickets again for Friday. So I've kind of like hoarding all the tickets, unfortunately. I just wanted to say that I'm too hyped about this movie. I can't quit Batman vs. Superman. And the thing is, if you end up getting them from Fandango, make sure you know that if you get an IMAX ticket, or if you have like actual membership, you get 5 free comics, like literally that tie into the story. Like these are actually 1 issues, and they actually give you the digital copy, and I thought that was awesome. But yeah, sorry to take too much time. George Miller being the producer on Justice League, I think that is real. I think that's a great move by Zack Snyder, taking the pressure and the load off of him, doing so much. But I do not think that he's going to direct a Batman film. I think he's going to direct the standalone Superman film whenever that gets put in its inception. Only reason why I say that is because I think that Ben is going to want to tackle that first, unless he's got other things going on. But from my understanding, that the huge rumor a long time ago is that Ben has already confirmed that he's going to do at least one of the solo movies for Batman. And I think that he'd be the best one to do the first one. And then maybe if George wanted to kind of, help out, keep them guys in the flux with it. But I don't think there's any truth with George Miller directing that. But I can definitely see him being the producer of Justice League and definitely directing Man of Steel, especially if they do this one. If they end up doing freaking The Death of Superman or Superman Doomsday, oh my gosh, he would demolish that. So I hope he does instead of Batman.
Let's say we find out that tomorrow is confirmed George Miller's making Batman. Your thoughts?
I'm not too pressed on it, man. Like I love him as a director, but it's like, I don't know. Like I just can't see him working with somebody as dark as Batman. Like, not that he doesn't work with dark characters, you know what I'm saying? It's just the theme of Batman in and of himself, it doesn't seem like something conducive of what he would be directing. I'm not saying he couldn't do it. I just personally would rather him direct something like, Man of Steel, or even, I could even see him doing something with, I don't know, like a villain-based kind of thing. But I just can't see him doing Batman. That's just me personally. I'd rather him do Superman than Batman. So I'm be upset, maybe, but I would let it go because he's still a great director.
I don't know. Well, first off, I think that I don't want to say that the rumor's untrue because we really don't know, but I mean, it is a rumor. It's just speculation, so I can at least say that. I'm kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know about him directing either Superman or Batman. Not to say that he couldn't do a good job. It's just a strange pick for me personally. It's just a strange pick. You know, it'd be like, you know, asking, to me, it would be equivalent to like asking, you know, Tim Burton to do the next standalone Batman or next Superman. I mean, George Miller is, you know, he has a very different sort of vision, you know, extremely different. So, I don't know. I think I would be skeptical. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I think that's the only thing I can really add to that. But let's go ahead and jump on to our next topic here, which is going to be which one we gotta talk about first? Oh, I guess we'll talk about this one first. Fuck it. All right. So get the screen share going. So I want to talk about should be still 2017's Gambit film starring Mr. Channing Tatum, which will be coming out. And to sort of give a little bit of details on that, looks like it'll be directed by Doug Liman, and also Lea Seydoux will be in there. And yeah, slated for October 7th. Did I say 2016?
No, that's what I was about to actually say. Like, it got pulled from the calendar.
Oh, okay.
They freaking pulled it.
And I was like, wait a second, what?
It was slated to come out this year, this October. I don't know if they've shot it or what, but
yeah,
they pulled it literally off the calendar. Instead, they're going to be trying to push out Deadpool.
Okay.
And X-Force instead.
Sure.
That's about beauty to me.
I mean, it's still coming either way. But yeah, it was originally scheduled to come out in 2016, which I never thought that was going to happen. I was like, I don't believe anything related to that. Also, come on, screen share. The actress Lea Seydoux was officially cast in the film as well, which I think is dope because I love the film Blue is the Warmest Color.
Yeah.
And I thought she was just straight perfect in that. So that gives me some hope for Gambit because she's just a phenomenal actress. Because to be honest with you, I have no current interest in the Gambit movie project. I mean, never really fucked with the character like that, honestly, ever. So I'm not interested in this film, whether it was coming out this October or the next, or 3 Octobers from now. I'm personally not interested. What about you?
Well, man, I'm on the other side of that spectrum. I actually was really excited to actually have a Gambit film. I mean, he didn't have to have his own solo film. I just wanted him in the X-Men films personally. I loved Remy, man. Like, I mean, I grew up on, you know, the old animated series version of the X-Men. And, like, Gambit was one of the coolest characters, man. And him and Rogue, their dynamics were really interesting. But I was like, okay, well, maybe Chatham can, like, do it. But then I heard that, was it Doug Liman, the director that did Edge of Tomorrow, that he had kind of signed in for the project. I was, like, really excited for that. But, I mean, I was kind of like, when are they going to do the production, you know? And basically, they never put into production. And that's probably part of the reason why they got delayed on everything. But I mean, I don't know, man. I was excited for a Gambit movie. I was just thinking that they hadn't been shooting it. They haven't done anything about it. I know that Channing Tatum had took pictures, you know, like with the X-Men, with Ryan Reynolds in the Deadpool version, and even Fantastic Four. But I was kind of like, something's off about this. So I mean, they need to get their ducks in a row, especially now that they actually have like a trademark now in Deadpool. They're gonna have to perfect it in a certain kind of way. But I think they got the right people at the helm of it. But I hope that they do right by it and come out maybe 2017 and don't wait until like 2018 because that pissed me off, honestly.
Okay. All right. Cool. They can wait until 2020 for me. But I give no damn. Show me a trailer, son. Maybe I'll show some excitement. I'll tell you one thing I am excited for, which should be coming out next year, I believe. I'll confirm here in a second, but it's Ridley Scott's upcoming sequel to Prometheus: Alien Covenant. I love Ridley Scott. He's had a couple little big ass fumbles recently, but I think he came back strong with the Martian. I personally really loved Prometheus. It's just so cryptically fantastic, that movie. And it looks like Alien Covenant is slated to come out August 4th, 2017, at the current time. And there's a lot of casting that's been done so far. I know we got Danny McBride. We always have Michael Fassbender up in here. Also, shout out to Amy Simage, who's in the film, who's worked a lot with the film director Shane Carruth, that I like a lot. Billy Crudup from Watchmen, who played Dr. Manhattan. Yeah, I'm really excited about this project. What about you?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm curious to see like what's the amount of time frame this has taken since Prometheus, because I actually was curious to see where the actress was kind of, I forgot her name, the girl that was in the girl with the dragon tattoo.
It's like Naomi Rapace or something.
Yeah. I was curious to see where her character was gonna go, and it seems like the continuity is a little bit further ahead in time. That makes sense why David is still alive, but I really wanted to see where her character was going to go, but I think that this is going to be a surprise sleeper hit in 2017. I think that Ridley Scott is going to take careful care with this one, even just giving it the name Alien Covenant instead of making it, Prometheus 2. That's really strategic. It's curious to cast, though. They got freaking Jesse Smollett from Empire up in there. But then they got some other interesting people too, like Danny McBride. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious where they're gonna go with it. But I'm definitely down. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for it.
I am too, because the first Prometheus did pretty well. I mean, it made like 400 million worldwide. So yeah. And the Martian was incredibly successful, so I think he should be perfectly fine here. Honestly, his marketing was really strong for the Martian, so I'm curious how they're going to sort of pitch this to mass audiences and next year. Shit.
Wow, dang! I just realized that.
That's kind of trippy. But any final thoughts before we move on to probably the final topic?
No, I'm hyped for it. I'm ready to see what he's gonna do with it. I mean, I think he did a great job with The Martian. I mean, he's had some fumbles, like you said, but it doesn't excuse the fact that he's an amazing director. And I think that he honestly should have been nominated in the director cast. But yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah, that's a whole other other topic. He should have definitely been nominated. What the fuck? But then again, so should have carried Fukunaga from Beast of No Nation, but shit happens. So let's move on to our final topic, which prepared to be hit by some nostalgia. Fucking Power Rangers is actually, to my greatest surprise, is officially going down. Let's see here. Well, I'm definitely not going into the plot of fucking Power Rangers, but it is directed by the guy Dean Israelite, the guy who brought us the movie Project Almanac, which was a time travel film, which surprisingly I really liked. Kind of weird. It's a movie I thought was gonna flat out suck, but actually it wasn't that bad. It was decent, you know. But it looks like it's slated for March 24th of 2017. I'm gonna be bluntly I'm gonna be really honest with you. I mean, well, here, let me bring up the cast. I almost fucking forgot about the cast. They got I know Elizabeth Banks was one person who was confirmed.
She's gonna be Rita Repulsa, the villain.
She's the only person confirmed that I cared about, so who gives a damn? But I think really, I don't know about this one. I think I have zero interest in this movie. Literally. Okay. I used to like Power Rangers a little bit when I was a kid. That died immediately as soon as I discovered anime. I almost don't even know. I almost don't even know if I have any more to add. I mean, this is a huge topic, but I have no desire to see Power Rangers. None. I don't give a fuck if Daniel Day-Lewis himself was in the movie. No desire. All right? Even the little short, rated R short film that came out, like, it was cool. You know? I'm not like, jumping. I'm not like pissing my pants like, oh my God, imagine what the movie's going to be like. No. Zero excitement. I think they would have had a better chance trying to release this bitch like Netflix only or something. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this?
You know what? I'm gonna take an interesting turn and say I'm interested. Only reason why is because I grew up on Power Rangers. I remember when Power Rangers literally when it first started. Like I remember watching it on television and. I was a huge supporter, huge fan. Like I think I went through about 3 seasons or something like that, and then after that, it just got stupid. But for the symmetry and the amount of characters, like it was fun. You know what I'm saying? And I think enough time has passed that people are just tired of the stuff that's going on TV. If they actually give us a decent science fiction version of Power Rangers and they actually make it cool, they're gonna make a buttload of money. And I promise you that. I looked at the cast. Only person I remembered, or 2 people I remember, was R.J. Cyler. He was the guy that played Earl in Me, Earl and the Dying Girl. And then Becky G, she's a singer, but she was on Empire. And then Elizabeth Banks, we all know, she's hilarious. And I think that looking at her in The Hunger Games give you an idea of how she's going to be as Rita Repulsa. But in general, like I looked at them, training for this. And it looks like they're actually getting in some really good shape for it. And so I think that from a kid standpoint and from a money standpoint, they're going to make some good bucks if they do it right. If they get the VFX on point, if they make it presentable, if they actually make it not too cliche, but nostalgic enough that people that were old gets to it. Because that's what happened when the last Dragon Ball Z movie came out on TV. Instead of it releasing out on Blu-ray or DVD or, online, they made it go to the movies, and we all went out there. Shoot, people even flocked to go look at Goosebumps. So I'm saying that if Goosebumps can succeed, I'm pretty sure that this can do the same thing. And so I'm actually going to be a supporter of this. If the first trailer comes out and it's a travesty, you will hear me literally shunning this movie. But for right now, I'm going to stay a supporter of it. I have to talk about though something that somebody said in the chat, Jor-Els. Shout out to Tarshina Moore. She basically said that, there's an interesting report going on about Civil War. And I'm going to read what she said.
All right, but before I forget these numbers, because I will, because I have no fucks to give about the Power Rangers movie. But just to be clear, people, the film from the 90s, like the movie only made 66 million worldwide, okay? And Goosebumps made $155 million worldwide, okay? While it had been in release for 123 days. So, but continue.
But yeah, like I said, I think there's enough followers for it. I think the people are going to be enjoying it. Not just that, Goosebumps didn't look exciting. Anyway, Tanisha said, I heard they are already showing screenings of Captain America Civil War. Now, I'm not sure how valid any of this is. And the last 30 minutes of the movie is an emotional horror movie. That's what the comments were saying. And she goes on to say is that, yeah, reportedly they're already done with the movie and only a few people have seen it. But they say that after the movie, you won't walk out of the movie the same. I was curious. I mean, even if this is true, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, for one, it must be noted that the day that I posted the poll was the same day or the day after which we found out basically the same information from the Russo brothers, which was that the Civil War was going to have a controversial ending that was really going to affect people and possibly the universe going forward cinematically, obviously. But I mean, I know for a lot of people, they're just gonna like slap some money down on the table and bam, Captain America dies. Told you, but I'm still skeptical. I mean, you can still have an ending like that without giving one of them a definitive out. You know, it probably wouldn't be definitive in the first place, but let's just, for argument's sake, it just still not really feeling it. I mean, you can still have a really fucked up ending without one of them dying. Again, one of them sort of hanging up the cow seemingly forever, or one of them making decisions that you could say are evil. Yeah. Or was it Pepper Potts? What was her fucking name?
Yeah, Pepper.
Yeah, you know, like her and War Machine getting the axe. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's death, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of different angles you can go, but it would be really, really cool. Like, it's not impossible that they could kill Captain America or Iron Man. I'm skeptical. I think they're doing a fantastic job of marketing. That's what I think. No differently than Floyd Mayweather trying to sell a fight, you know. Trying to say it's going to be something you haven't seen before. I don't know about yet, son. I think I would rather hold those kind of regards for Infinity Wars. But that's just me. I mean, what do you think hearing that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that is interesting. The thing about the last few Marvel movies I really love, Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man, Winter Soldier, is that they were really different than the normal formula, that they weren't afraid to go outside the realm of the norm. You know, I think that Age of Ultron took a step back, but in terms of what they've done, even with Winter Soldier, like it had a different grittiness to it. Even though nothing happened, it felt like it was a precursor to something going to happen. And that's why, like, I'm leaning towards them going down a darker path. Sure. Just even the sense that you got like the heroes going against each other. I mean, that's a dangerous situation. Like, it could be that Rhodey dies. It could be that, you know, somebody close to one or the other dies. You know, but
there could be, you know, again, I think there is something to be said for if one of the characters make decisions that you could consider to be morally gray or evil.
Yeah, and I think that Iron Man is going to fall into that spectrum, but I don't know. It's debatable, man. I think that they're going to try something different with this one. It's either going to fail or it's going to fall. I'm sorry. It's either going to fail or succeed.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's interesting, but I'm still sticking to my guns, son. I just I don't know that they're brave enough to go full George R.R. Martin on their asses, but I would love for them to, because it'd be honoring the comic books.
Yeah, but
I guess we'll see what happens. But any final thoughts before we close out?
Nah, man. Shoot, it's just good to be alive and be a comic book nerd and a lover of film. And any of y'all out there, if y'all like a lover of comic books, definitely go and try to go to your local Best Buy or go on Amazon. They've got basically the graphic novel and they've got the Blu-ray, the DVD, all in one for like $19.99. And I'm gonna be doing an unboxing on this one pretty soon. But they've got all different forms. I hope, honestly, that Marvel would do something like this. I was thinking to myself, if they actually came out and did like an animated version of like Planet Hulk or like World War Hulk, and they added like the actual booklets, I think that would be amazing marketing. I'm surprised they haven't tapped into that. But either way, I'm hyped for next time I come. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and the next questionnaire for movie questions will be up shortly. So we're about to close out for now. You know what I'm saying? Clock out.
Clock out.
Peace.